higher I want to put it on my list. And I mean, it's probably in the top 2 now.
Yeah. So I've been banned from a Facebook group posting for a while, as you well know, because I posted in groups too fast, apparently, which is fucking dumb. Facebook and their weird-ass algorithms. It doesn't make any sense. But let's see here. So I want to talk about what we've been watching, but before we do that, I would like a nice little rundown of Scarefest for me, if you don't mind. Just your thoughts on it, and then I'll get into mine, and then I'll rattle off the 8 million movies I've been watching.
My thoughts on what? Sorry. I was in
Scarefest. Scarefest in Lexington.
Oh, Scarefest, man. Like, Scarefest is always a fun time. It's they do it in the convention center, so it's always great for us because we enjoy it more. Layla says this was their biggest crowd ever, and we could tell. It was.
We could tell, absolutely. Yeah, it was packed.
But we could still move around, which is, you know what I'm saying, which is a good thing. I'm glad I didn't wait to meet Robert Englund because his line was like 8 hours long. But
oh my God, yes.
I went there with one sole purpose, and that was to meet Danny Trejo. His price was cheaper than I was expecting. I got his autograph twice. It was a great success for me. All spent was $100 the entire day. That was great to me. But I loved it, man. Like, for once, I didn't have to, like, you know, rush from guest to guest trying to get all these autographs. I didn't buy anything, any vendors. Like, I just enjoyed the scenery. I enjoyed the time at Scarefest with friends and a couple of my favorite kids. And, like,
I spent a lot of money.
You spend a lot of money. Yeah, you need to spend more money when you take your daughters because you want to buy them everything. I understand, though. I understand.
I bought some stuff for the boys, too. They just don't know it.
He did, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but you were taking care of Christmas and stuff, so it's kind of okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if I'm going to buy stuff for Christmas, it's going to be stuff that I think's cool, and I know they will. So
exactly. But I had a lot of fun. We didn't stay there as long as we normally would, but, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The kids get a little crazy every now and then. But, I mean, I had just as much fun riding through the UK football traffic and yelling at Kentucky fans. That was fun.
Yep. Yes, which we'll get into that. We'll get into that we'll get into that in just a second because there's something I want to talk. I want to talk about my portion of Scarefest first, and then we'll get into the Kentucky fans because it was funny as shit. Sorry for all you fans that are Kentucky fans. I would apologize to you, but you know you're obnoxious, so you deserve it. All right, so my portion of Scarefest, you know, I had 4 kids with me, and it was packed, like Vic said. Thank God we didn't try to meet any of the Nightmare on Elm Street guests. Fuck that. The Robert Englund line was ridiculous. But I did meet Rick McCollum, or R.A. McCollum is what he signed it as, and then R.A. Millahoff for my Hatchet 2 poster. And then, you want to tell the story of them? Because you found it amusing.
Yeah, so first of all, they had the line set up where it was Kane Hodder and then it was them two. And you had to go through Kane Hodder's line to get to the other two RAs. Well, Travis decided he was going to go up the backside because, I mean, he's Travis. He likes going in the backside. So
I did it like 5 times last week.
See? So he gives Rick McCollum to sign his whatever, and he's not charging no autograph for it. So awesome. Or no, he's not charging any money for his autograph. That's cool. So Travis gives him some money anyway. He gives him a shirt, and it's like a little gay moment, whatever. So then Travis tries to move on to Arlie Millenhoff, and his little staff person with him. She's like, "You need to go to the other side." He's like, "No, I just want RA, so I'm going right here." She's like, "Okay." And then,
yeah, she was retarded anyway.
Yeah, she sucked. I hated her. So, you know, Travis gets him to sign his Hatchet 2 poster, and he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir," and starts to walk off, and R.A. Milhoff's like, "Well, you know, I could use a little money," or something like that. And I'm like, "Damn, Travis, you try to get one over on this guy." But see, Me and Ari Millenhoff, we have a history. He keeps trying to sign my arm. He wants me to get his tattoo.
Tell him you don't like him that much.
Yeah, I like his character, but he's no Gunnar Hansen.
You almost got peer pressured into it one time.
I did. Our first Scarefest. He kept on hounding me, man. But, Jesus. But yeah, it was funny because all these people are in line. Like, I think it's stupid you had to go through Kane Hog's line to get to the other two, but they're the Hollywood ghost hunters or whatever they are. So, I don't know. Maybe it's their way of trying to get people to get their autographs by making them go through Kane. And then they're like, oh, yeah, let's get the two RAs. But I don't know. But then
didn't fly for me.
Then the other guy, McCullough or whatever, he was like, "Oh, you know who's in Hatchet 4? Trying to get a Travis Little trivia. You should have just guessed him." I would have.
I would have said me. He would have been like, huh?
I would have said.
I've been like, yeah, and we're cutting your pay. You suck.
You should have said Zach Gallen.
Zach Gallen, yeah. He lost another leg.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed our time at Scarefest and your time trying to rip off Ari Millenhoff.
Well, it happens. That's what he gets for not having prices on his table.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't put up with that shit.
Hey, you met
Danny Trejo was great. Danny Trejo was great. We got him for $50. That was a good deal. And we decided to skip Pet Cemetery Miko Hughes because Denise Crosby didn't show up.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
You got D.
Anyway, Graveyard Offerings. I wanted to mention that. The chick who runs Graveyard Offerings is just awesome. She gave me a great deal. I ended up with like 8 things for like $5 a piece. And I'm sitting here wearing one right now. It's my Halloween necklace. And, yeah, she's just great. And I got a Gacy necklace. I got shit for the kids. One for a 2-year-old who likes Pennywise. Yes, that's true. I'm not lying. I got a Disney bracelet from her. I mean, what can she not do? They're awesome. And I went to another vendor and picked up 3 Jack Skellington prints because we're planning on meeting Chris Sarandon at Horror Hound in Columbus, and I'm planning on having them signed for every member of my family. I also got an Alien vs. Predator poster that was pretty sweet print. And what am I missing, Vic? Anything else I did? I bought Funko Pops for my whole family. I bought one for my 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old that was Jack Skellington. I bought one for my 2-year-old that was Pennywise. Yes, she loves Pennywise. I'm not bullshitting you. She does. Ask Vic. I bought one for my stepson who's 9. It was a alien it was a xenomorph. And then the other one wanted a Cthulhu, and he's 14. So that's what we got. We like our horror. What can I say?
I mean,
it runs in the family.
A family that watches horror together stays together or something like that.
Yup. And then, okay, so after Scarefest, Vic, so I'm driving in this van, and we drive through the UK fucking campus. And we're sitting there as all these UK fans are walking to the fucking UK football game. And granted, UK's playing like Eastern Michigan. It's a team they should blow out. They're at home. And we start trolling on the UK fans. Vic's doing it, really, because he's on that side of the car. So this is the part I'll let you tell now.
But like, we would just ride by or whatever, and like, we would see I can't get off. I just go EM or go EMU. Go EMU. Like, every time people like, there's some fat guys that look up like they just wanted to kill me. But my favorite one was we were riding, and there's a whole sea of blue. And then I see one little green speck in between all this blue. And I'm like, go EMU. And the guy just screams out, go Eastern. Yeah, like, that was the highlight to me because, he he felt like he had somebody at that point, I think, because he was lonely. He was a kid.
He was like, friendship.
Yes. He felt like he had somebody with him. And, I mean, Kentucky only beat him by 4.
This is true. It was a close game. Closer than it should have been, I assume.
Oh, yeah. I felt like we helped you guys a little bit.
We did. And then we went to Salsaritas, and we got nachos, and that made us happy. But nothing's better than El Nepal, which we'll be doing tomorrow. So we can recap tomorrow, recap the show tomorrow and figure out what we did wrong, which is usually about everything.
That's what we do every week. We have lunch and talk about the podcast.
Yep. Well, generally, you got to remember, we're doing the show live. We don't edit it, and we're both intoxicated. And plus, we're stupid anyway. So, it's just a recipe for disaster.
And we don't have a script. We don't plan anything. We watch a movie and we talk about it. Sometimes I don't even watch the movies.
And I get to say, well, Blake didn't watch the movie today, and he still came on.
Exactly.
And plus, and he had a sex change operation this morning. Now, that is commitment.
Apparently. That's cool.
That shit made you laugh.
I'm glad he showed up in Lexington.
Yeah.
It was good meeting, is that his name, Mick? It was good meeting him.
Mick Strong, yeah. Mick was there. Apparently, they went to Longhorn Steakhouse with Robert Englund and a couple of the other people afterwards.
Ooh, aren't they just fancy?
Yeah. And he says to me, I had chicken tenders and fries. You can't go wrong there. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh, that's horrible.
Because guess what I used to get at Longhorn?
I hope it wasn't chicken tenders and fries.
It was chicken tenders and cheese fries with bacon.
Why would you not get steak at a steakhouse? I'm confused.
Because their chicken tenders are really fucking good.
Dude, you're like Corey. You get chicken tenders at Cheeseburger in Paradise too?
But I get steak now. Well, I haven't been there since I've been diagnosed, but I would still get steak because I had been starting to get steak anyway. I really like their fillets. They're really good, especially the ones wrapped in bacon. If you can't tell, I like bacon.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that one day whenever you went to Wendy's and everything had bacon on it.
Yeah. What about when I went over the weekend and they wouldn't give me bacon?
They gave you broccoli. I mean,
that was a sad, sad state of affairs right there.
She thought your baked potato was too unhealthy.
They looked at me and they said, "You fat motherfucker, eat some broccoli." And I was like, "Damn you, broccoli."
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should get into what I've been watching, right?
Yeah, probably.
So I'm no longer banned from Facebook group posting, which is nice. So let me go ahead and get into our group page because that's the way I remember these movies. I didn't post everything I watched because some of it I watched last year, and there's no point in fucking redoing it,
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Where do I start? Okay, so Wednesday I watched Blood Runners. This was a 2017 movie with a $450,000 budget, and it was starring Ice-T.
That's great. I think we talked about that last week.
No, I couldn't have because I watched it on Wednesday.
No, you talked about it last week. Or maybe you talked about it Nepal.
No, I talked to you because Wednesday we went to El Nepal, and that's when I was telling you that I was watching Blood Runners. I watched Levenger tapes and number 23 last week. That's what I watched.
My bad.
So anyway, with a $450,000 budget, you think this movie would be terrible. It was about vampires in 1933 Prohibition times, which is a really cool concept, but the movie itself, it had a lot of fun ideas that weren't really executed very well. Because, I mean, it had a low budget, and it was shitty acting, and you really didn't get enough vampire stuff. They were running blood like you would do, like, rum. It was weird. So anyway, it's on Hulu right now if you want to check it out. I gave it 2 out of 4 machetes. It's not great, but it's not the worst movie ever either. Hold on, Vic's trying to tell me something in secret.
No,
who is that?
It's fine. That's Heather Rose when she was 18 with 2 tattoos.
I was going to say that was her. That's impressive.
That's crazy.
That's really what